welcome to the first ever tarot reading on Whispering Horse Tarot. And as predicted, my neighbour has just started on the strimmer. And listen to that. Honestly, it's been peaceful here for days, which is what inspired me to do it. So, and it's obviously, he's finished. Yeah, I think that's the message, to carry on regardless, don't get distracted. So I have a few things here that I use, and these are things that I've used my whole life to help me whenever I've been wondering what else is going on. Yeah, it's good to ask questions. It's good to get advice from a non-human source, I find. And horses have always been an inspiration for me. Even as a young child, they seemed more at peace than the people in my life at times, and so that's where I went to get advice, and they would often be right. They would often say things like, don't worry about it, what's for dinner? Carrying on with the next grounded, practical thing. How can we move to a place of safety? How can we return to peace? That seems to be their number one question in life, which I've taken as guidance. And it's paid well. I have a happy life as a result. So, without further ado, I can introduce my cards. This is my Witch's Tarot card deck. They're absolutely gorgeous. I wasn't expecting to go witchy with it, to be honest. I just wanted a tarot card deck. I played around with tarot as a kid, teenager, and then nothing throughout my 20s and 30s. Now I'm in my 40s. I'm like, what was that again? What's that tarot thing? Let's give that a go. So these were basically the inexpensive. They were fairly cheap, but I liked the images, so I got them. And then I have a Wisdom of the Horse oracle cards, and these are just gorgeous. They're illustrated by Kim McElroy, and they're part of the Way of the Horse. The Way of the Horse, which is Equine Archetypes for Self-Discovery. It's a fantastic piece of work by Linda Kohanov, author of the Tao of Equus, which is again about how horses can guide us through certain life questions that humans find difficult to process. Horses being 50 million years old and human beings only being 2.5 million years old. We only learned to talk a couple of 100,000 years ago, and we seem to think we know everything. And what a pickle we are making. Anyway, without further ado, and without words, I will get on with reading number one, and I'm going to do this one for Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. It's the first sign of the year, and so it feels right for this to be the first one. So I'm going to start by doing a past, present and future with the Equine Oracle, and then I'm going to clarify with the Witch's Tarot. And future for Capricorn. We're looking at last month, this month and next month, with the centre point being this month ahead. Okay, so we're at the beginning of the lunar cycle of the middle month. Okay, so we're going to be looking at what happened in May as the past, what's going to happen in June, because it is now a full moon in June. And we'll be looking at the future being the full moon from July. So for past, we have number 20. Now these cards don't have names, they just have numbers, so I'm going to look this up. But looking at that picture, he looks a little alone. He's on a sandy dune, he's hunched up, he's a bit tucked up. He's eating marram grass, which isn't the most nutritious. And there's a horse in the clouds looking at him. Looking down. So maybe it's some sort of guidance. Maybe it's your... Oh, right, buddy. But that's what I'm getting so far. But let's have a look. So it's number 20. And I'll just read the first of this. I will add links in the description box. And it says, close to shore, there's a crossroads, detachment and surrender, the pain and wisdom of old age. An old chestnut mare stands at the edge of a vast ocean that the rest of the herd cannot see. From this height, so close to shore, the grass begins to thin. The mare's bones ache, and her coat is losing its shine, but the view is worth the climb. She can see both worlds now, the herd grazing below, and that strange and powerful force surging on the other side. This horse has reached its final crossroads of her life, the place where she will share her hard-won wisdom and surrender to a higher level. The gift, what you've loved, or at least what you have become accustomed to, is coming to an end. Still, the transition to the next phase of life or work will slow enough to let you appreciate where you have been and allow you to fully, consciously activate the wisdom you've gleaned from the past experience. The challenge, a new life is calling, but the form it will take isn't quite clear. In the meantime, your challenge is to stay in a job, a relationship, a barn, or body you've outgrown, yet avoid becoming a lame duck or a frustrated and manipulative old codger. Wow, okay, as a Capricorn I can concur. That is what I've been going through personally. I don't know about you, maybe you can leave notes, leave your experience in the description box. The journey aspect of this is fairly lengthy. I won't read it, but I will add it in the comments as a photograph. So I want to just pull a tarot card just to clarify this past experience for Capricorn for the month of May, full moon to full moon. Oops, my goodness me, that was a bit of a cruddy shuffle. I'll do it 3 times. And I'll pull 1 card and a rune. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. Now, from what I can understand, Wands are emotions. They are your feelings, your feeling aspect. She's with her cat. She looks quite peaceful. I mean, bless her. She looks quite content. You know, she looks okay. And maybe that is the part that is tired. Maybe that's the part that is coming to an end or reviewing life in this mode. Maybe she's maybe she's ready to come into her full power. Who knows? Let's quickly clarify with a rune for the past, for May, for Capricorn. And I have this one here. And May has started up his chainsaw. This is celebration. Okay, so it's time to celebrate the end of this. This needs celebrating. the end of an era. It's gone, it's in the past. Celebrate it. So in the present, we have 11 now. Endurance. Okay, so this is what's going on at the moment. There's a feat of endurance, trailblazers challenge, perseverance of vision, labour and risk. Moving steadfastly along the trail, a horse passes through fluorescent sunlight, blazing sunset and rainbow, forming at the edge of a storm. The gift is inspiration and dedication combine to fulfil your heart's desire.